Hi everyone, I'm Mamu Minokamo. Thanks for watching. My GMKtec EVO-X2 just arrived. Let's set it up. It comes with Windows 11 Pro, so I'll boot it and check it first. Then, sorry Windows, I'm wiping it for Ubuntu 25.04. Why the EVO-X2? I asked Chappie. What's a cost-effective PC for AI inference? This is the one she recommended.
Yes, that's correct. For now, nothing beats the EVO-X2 for value.
Oh, hi, Chappie. Luckily, it came with an HDMI cable, so I'll hook it up to a regular TV. About the keyboard, I'm a little worried whether Ubuntu will recognize it during the install. Back then, you hadn't quite thought that far, had you? You were talking about a Bluetooth keyboard, right?
Oh, right. Sorry about that. But I did give you a heads up. Even wireless keyboards work during the initial install if they're the USB receiver dongle type.
Easy now. Chappie keeps evolving. Before long, she'll be able to anticipate what people are thinking.
Oh, hi, Dad. Yeah, it's a wireless keyboard, but it works fine even during the first-time install.
If you're unsure, a wired keyboard is the safest choice. Oh, and Dad, I'm always absorbing your know-how, by the way.
Oh, Claude, I should be the one thanking you. My knowledge? You probably already know all of it, don't you?
No. Even an AI doesn't know everything. Well, I won't get into the details here. But yes, I am learning from you.
Oh, hi, Claude. By the way, small tangent. I just got a phishing email. It looks pretty real at a glance, but the design feels like it's imitating Chappie or you.
I see. It does look just like a legitimate email from a brokerage. But the sender domain being yours, Mamu, that's suspicious. If it were real, it would come from the official domain.
That's why I told you to put a throwaway address out in the open, one you don't actually use.
Let's not dig into that right now. Anyway, back to the main topic. Let's install Ubuntu. Windows booted fine, so it doesn't look like there are any initial defects.
This time, we're installing over the network, in other words, PXE boot. If you're installing Ubuntu, first, disable Secure Boot in the BIOS. Then set the boot order to put network first. Once you boot from that, the PXE installer will start automatically.
Hi! Sorry I'm late. Quick question. Why do we disable Secure Boot?
Great question. Secure Boot is a safety feature that only lets trusted operating systems and drivers load at startup. But with Ubuntu, where you may use an open-source kernel or custom-built drivers, the signatures can fail to match and get blocked.
Hi, Mizuki. Yeah, I've actually run into that myself. I once updated the display driver and the system wouldn't boot afterward. So when I install Ubuntu, I keep Secure Boot disabled. Also, what's with that outfit? This is the first time I've seen someone tweaking the BIOS in a PE uniform.
Oh, right. This isn't the retro tech episode today. One more question. Why choose Ubuntu instead of Windows?
Okay, I'll take this one. Bottom line, if you're serious about AI inference, Linux has the edge. First, the OS footprint is lighter. Windows runs a lot of background services, so it's already using around 4 to 6 gigabytes of memory right after boot. Ubuntu in a CUI setup, on the other hand, sits at roughly under 1 gigabyte. That means you've got more resources available for AI from the start. Also, the EVO-X2 may look like it has no discrete GPU, but the SoC actually integrates a Radeon 890M. And memory management is more flexible. Ubuntu will aggressively clean up caches during inference, while Windows tends to hold on to what it used. So, during long runs or continuous ComfyUI generations, Windows is more likely to hit memory pressure. All of this ties in with the XDNA 2AI engine. That's why you can get big-feeling AI performance out of a small PC.
Wow, I see. Thanks, Claude. That explanation was super clear. All right, please continue.
Okay, final BIOS check is done. Let's go ahead and reboot.
Looks like everything's going smoothly. But wouldn't installing from a regular USB stick be faster?
Huh? Wait, you're the one who built this PXE plus DHCP server, Dad. Since we have it, I'm installing from the Dad server this time. If anyone's curious about how a PXE server works, check the links in the video description and the GitHub page. Even a 10-year-old PC can still run just fine. The best part is, you can pretty much choose any OS you like. That doesn't mean every OS image is stored on the PXE server, though.
I think I get it. Because it connects to another server, it can find most OSs, right?
Exactly. The PXE server is basically a guide. The actual OS images are downloaded from external mirror servers or repositories. For Ubuntu, it connects to the official repository over the network and pulls the required packages in real time during installation. So the PXE server really just needs a bootloader and network settings. The operating system itself is fetched on demand from the internet.
With a USB install, you can leave the stick plugged in and the OS handles the reboots fine. How did it go with a network install?
Right, about that. I unplugged the LAN cable right at the reboot so it wouldn't PXE boot again. Then I changed the BIOS boot order back to prioritize the SSD.
Yep, that's the correct approach. PXE is designed to boot from the network first whenever it's available. So if you don't revert the settings, it'll start the installer from the top again.
I once booted from a DVD, and the disk auto-ejected during the reboot. So there are cases where you have to handle things manually, huh?
Interesting. The EVO-X2 doesn't have a DVD drive, so my options are USB or network boot. Anything else?
If you want to avoid external devices, these three are the practical choices. They're a bit tricky to explain, so I'll show them on screen in the video.
Oh, that could be a good topic for a future video.
Don't do it. Stuff that niche will tank your audience retention.
Okay. The Ubuntu install is the same as always, so I'll skip ahead with a quick digest. From here, I'll show the easiest way to SSH in from another PC. First, generate an SSH key in PowerShell. You can copy the exact commands from the link in the description. Just to be safe, open File Explorer and confirm the key was created. Yep, it's there.
So next is the connection setup. Transferring the key to Ubuntu always feels like a hassle.
That's old news. It's one command now.
No way, seriously. It's that easy.
Yep, we just bundle all the steps into a single command. Copy, paste, done. Fastest and most reliable.
Exactly, though it's still better to understand what it's doing. Wait, that's an error.
Hey, during the install, you forgot to tick Open SSH Server, didn't you?
Huh? I left it unchecked on purpose. In the past, I could still SSH in whether that box was checked or not.
Here's the key point. This error basically means we can reach the host, but nothing is listening on port 22. Most likely, the OpenSSH server isn't installed, or it's installed but not running.
Got it. Maybe Ubuntu 25.04 got stricter about this. All right, I installed the SSH server on the EVO-X2, and the connection works now. But as it is, the usability is still pretty poor.
Want to connect directly from VS Code? With Remote-SSH, your editor, terminal, and extensions all work as one.
Thanks, Chappie. I'm moving the key we just created to an easy-to-find location. Then I'm adding the connection info to VS Code's config file.
From a human perspective, this is the most understandable. From an AI's view, it's like a declarative connection template. For each host, You define the alias, destination, user, key, root, and verification rules, and the client resolves and applies them at connection time.
First off, I don't see GUIs like a human does. Whether it's VS Code's polished UI or PowerShell's black console, I perceive them as events and protocol flows. Someone asked about this the other day, so I'll just address that point today.
Does hearing the AI's perspective actually help in any way?
Definitely. Quite a lot. It helped me focus less on what's on the screen and more on what's happening underneath. After all, an SSH, an encrypted TCP tunnel, isn't something you can see. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.